whether or not the strategic airstrike in Kundang aimed at Sedano was successful. Military intelligence, well, marks a dramatic reversal in U.S. and coalition efforts in Indonesia. General Kellner predicted a favorable resolution within. Even if Sedano has survived, he's dropped so completely from public view that hostage taken by Sedano from the U.S. Embassy to Dili is still unaccounted for.
Fisher.
Yeah?
Operation ShadowNet is coming together better than anyone could have expected. Sedano's insurance policy is as good as canceled.
So what are the Joint Chiefs suggesting we do with Sadono?
We take him alive. We learned with Nicolaides how assassinated leaders tend to be stubborn ghosts.
You need to infiltrate the TV station first. This is where Ingrid and Sedano are.
What's up, everyone? CenterStrain01 back at you with more Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Pandora tomorrow. This is an awesome mission. I just wanted to get that out there. I had a lot of fun playing this. Definitely a challenging mission to complete it the way that you guys expect from me, which is that full stealth, no alerts, no damage. Definitely a challenge, but if you follow pretty much everything to the T that I do, then you will be able to get by this pretty easily. You have to be patient in a few areas, and you just kind of have to feel when to move and when not to, but it is possible to do this, you know, nice and stealthy and having lots and lots of fun. Now, this is the only part where you kind of got to wait for the timing and all that kind of stuff, and you just got to... I've seen a lot of walkthroughs from people out there that, you know, do it different ways, that they take out everybody, but you guys know me, I try not to take out anyone I really don't have to unless they're completely in my way. So I decided to go ahead and pretty much let all of these guys here in this first part of the level to go, not even worry about them, and just try to sneak by them as much as I can. So I've went to the tactic of using light and shooting out lights and things like that, and trying to go for some distractions in order to get by. Now, as you can see below me, there is that light that you know, goes back and forth. So if you time your movement when you jump off of the ledge, you can still make it to where the light's not shining on you. Now, obviously here, like I said, I'm going for that playthrough where I do not fire my SC20K, so definitely I almost forgot there. I got so used in the Splinter Cell 1 to use the SC20K because there wasn't a trophy for that. Well, in this one, there is, so I want that trophy. I think it's a fun trophy to have. Now, there's two different ways that you can actually get through here. This is obviously the more secretive way, but there is as well a kind of another way where you can just go through that door right below what you see in front of Sam there. However, there is a lock pick on there, so it's a little bit harder to get into, and you kind of got to watch out for the timing. So if you want to do this while working out the timing, then the way that I did it's the best kind of way to do it.
Fatir, go ahead. Penyuk says your boys aren't wearing their headgear. That's right, sir. Night vision's not safe with the lightning. Flash-blinded snipers would be useless to you. So how are we covering the parking lot? We've got extra men down there. It should be fine.
So as you can see, I rushed through that beginning part to make sure that I was up enough so I can get ahead of their animations, you know. It's all about knowing the movements of the enemies and knowing when they're going to be and where. I challenge anybody to have never played this game to get a perfect stealth. It's not going to happen. This is one of those games where it's just like the slightest wrong mistake will definitely ruin that complete stealth. So you really got to know the map when you go into places, when you do stuff, and like, you know, this is not the first time that I tried this area right here, so I knew what I was doing. I had a mission, I had a plan, and it's all about setting up the plan and the mission that you have. That is where the hardness of this game comes from. because you take all the time and you set up your plan and you think about it and you realize, okay, this is where the enemy is going to be, this is what they should do, but you just never know, because in this game the enemy AI is so good that you know, one thing that might happen here is not going to happen if you redo it the same way again. So it's definitely a challenge. Now, a lot of the people that I've seen play this part have actually taken these guys out, but I was like, why? It is possible to get through this section right here without taking anyone out. And the reason that I mention this is because with people going with a non-lethal approach to this game, it's funny because I see them knock them out and then they place their body. You can watch this on most of the videos that I've actually seen on YouTube with this level. They actually place the body in the water. So you're knocked out, but you're being drowned. So isn't that technically a death and no longer a non-lethal approach? So I said, okay, what am I going to do in order to not alert anybody? I don't want to accidentally kill anybody by drowning them, so I'm going to try to move slow. I'm going to try to get by this section without alerting any guards. Now I can use some diversions, and this is the first time I think in the whole series that I've actually used this camera jammer. And you got to be really, really quick because this camera can see you very quickly, and it'll set off alarm, of course. So I got to use a gadget that I don't normally use, and I didn't have to risk taking out a light or anything like that. However, it is good here to take out this light due to the fact that there's another guard that patrols, just like on the other side. If you take that out, it's complete dark here, and you're able to get by him just enough. Now, if I would have stayed upon this course of direction, then obviously he probably would have felt me. So you definitely want to get over to that. Ooh, that sounded bad. I'm sorry about that. But here I have an obvious fail because I'm like, yeah, I made it. Shit, come on. And I was so afraid that the guy was going to come back and either hear me or something like that. So that was actually pretty funny. Now, this part's pretty cool. You got to watch out for the mines, but if you just time your jumps and when they blink and stuff, it's fairly easy to get right by it. And then, of course, you just got to watch out for the light that comes crawling back and forth. Now, there is a lockpick on this door, so you kind of want to be in a hurry. You want to try to do it as fast as you can, as to the light doesn't come back and bite you in the ass. Now, I was kind of hesitant, as you'll see up ahead, if I was going to take this guy out. I wanted to think, do I have to take him out, or do I not? That's why I'm looking at. But then I'm thinking, okay, there's a couple of gadgets and stuff that I might need later, and he's got them right next to where he is. So I decided to go ahead and take him out because I feel I want to pick up those gadgets. As you can see here, I have a flare, which is going to come in handy a little bit later on in this mission. Actually, it's going to be a big part of what makes this a stealth mission, is this flare. And you'll obviously see this, you know, in a little bit, and you'll understand why it is important to make sure you pick up that flare. Now stick to the wall very closely here because you don't want to alert this guard, and we don't need to take him out. So as you can see, like it's just barely on the edge where there's no light right there.
Cohen
so
was
you're
right
kind
to
of
mistrust Miss Carlson. There's a reason for that wolf smell under the wool. She's an honest-to-God agent. A lot more than that hapless desk jockey she was playing.
That makes sense, if a bit far-fetched that she just happened to be in the right place to luck her way into being one of Sadono's hostages.
She was at the embassy looking for Saab. The agency needed to know whether or not he was still a viable asset.
I guess they got their answer.
Alright, so now we're actually getting to the point where it's going to load, and we're going to go into the next section, which is actually the TV area, which is really fun. And so this right here, you know, there's no reason to take out this guard. I haven't taken out a guard yet, and I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to get all the way inside without taking anyone out. So the method that I'm going to use here is pretty much just a distraction. Now I know this light can't be taken out, but I'm going to shoot in the area so that the guard comes over in this area, and then I can kind of sneak around him and go ahead and hit the elevator.
As I stand here now unharmed, despite the best efforts of this world's so-called superpower.
I didn't want to use the whistle because the whistle is going to drag him to me. So if you shoot, you know, a part of the level, then it's obviously going to go after that part. So this is where it actually loads up to the next part.
Now you need to find Carlson. Sadono's keeping her around as a translator and bargaining chip, but she can move through the station with relative freedom. We're hoping she can quietly get you close enough to Sadono to grab him alive. Sadono needs to be caught by surprise.
Now, as you can see here, there was we could either go right or we could go left. Now, I chose the right path. Reason being, this is the fastest path to complete this level. Now, this is where the flare is going to come in very handy, because what we have up ahead is a turret, and obviously, you know, the only ways you're going to get by a turret is either you could use flares. That's really the only way I can think of. Even in the darkness, pretty much you're still going to get caught if you try to get close enough. So the flare definitely comes in handy. Now, we make this a very short part, reason because we took this way. Now, if we would have took the left way, it was actually, I think, maybe a little bit funner, but this was more challenging. This way was more challenging, as the other way was a lot funner, because I got to go through a music room and there was a drum set, and it was just kind of fun to get through. But it also took a little bit longer, and you know, I wanted to kind of show you the more harder way to get through this level. So as you can see, we just did that. Now this room that's up ahead through those two doors is actually our objective point. It would have taken us at least another 4 or 5 minutes to get to the objective point if we would have went on the left side. And this is the reason I went this way, because it's already here and we're already to get there. Now what's good about it too is that when we come out from the objective, that we're going to have to go through this area anyways. So the fact is, we're going to have to take out these guys, just because it's going to make things a lot easier when we're coming back through. There's one more guy that's patrolling the other area here. So there's also another turret. There's 2 turrets on each side. So I guess you could say there's 3 ways to go. There was the way that I went. There was this way, where you can obviously see that there's a turret and a guy right here. And there's another door that's over by where he is on the left that will take you further in, and, you know, a little bit longer ways. So again, I'm trying to use all my gadgets. That's why we have them, use them. I haven't really done much gassing in this game. I've done a lot more in Splinter Cell 1, but you know, I decided, why not bring some of the old gadgets back and try to kind of do this level in a little bit different style than I've been doing in the past couple of levels. So we've taken care of everybody that we need to. We got the camera, we got the 2 guards out here, and now all we have left are 2 more guards. Now there's this guard here. He's going to actually talk to the informant that we have that we're trying to meet. So in order to make this better, we're going to go ahead and use our nerve gas and kind of take care of him without him actually ever even talking to her. And then there's also another guard in this sitting down in the chair. So if we would have went into the other room where she is and start talking to her, as you can see, he's going to be able to see us. This is pretty much a mandatory takeout. Either that, or you could find a way to distract him and get him out of the room. But at the same time, you know, your conversation with her is kind of long, and if you actually want to listen to it like I do, then it's best to just go ahead and take him out. Now we want to take this guy and put him in an area where obviously there's not going to be any light, and the darkest area we can see up ahead is definitely this little corner here. And there's no more guards that are patrolling this area, so you don't have to worry about anyone finding him. And now we just get to talk to the lucky lady and continue on with the mission.
Hello, Ingrid.
You? I didn't think it would be you.
You knew somebody was coming?
I've managed a few brief exchanges with the agency, enough to know I need to get you close to Sedano.
Can you do that?
Yeah. There's a retinal scanner on the studio I've been authorized for.
You made yourself friendly fast.
Sure, Sedano's a sucker for a smiling woman. Would have been a different story if Sop were around. We've hired a chopper to pull Sedano out. If you can get him outside, we can get him back to the States.
Ingrid's a godsend.
I keep pinching myself.
Play along. Trail her to the warehouse. It's our best and only way to get at Sadono.
Okay, so now that might have actually taken just as long as to do all of that as the long way would have been. But this is where it's a lot easier. As you can see, there are no enemies to worry about right now, so we can just get straight to the point where we're supposed to go. If we would have went the other way, all those enemies would still be there. We'd have to take them out while following her. It just creates more work than you really need to, and it just makes this level a lot shorter, but still challenging. Very, very challenging. That's what I like with the path that I chose. But again, it's all up to you guys, whatever path you want to choose. I just prefer a little bit of challenge instead of going the longer way, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now once she opens up here, it's pretty much going to be where all the action's going to start coming, so I'll explain my method for getting through this pretty easily.
How much does Sadono trust you?
You'd be amazed.
How did that happen?
The only thing Sedano doesn't underestimate is his own charm. He's rallied a country in opposition of the world's superpower using nothing but charisma. It didn't take much more than letting him think he had charmed me.
Definitely a good idea for those of you to save at this point, because this is where it's going to get a little difficult, and you definitely want to make sure all the timing is right. Alright, take these 2 guards out rather quickly. Go ahead and equip your smoke grenades, because there's going to be 3 other guards that are going to come through this area, and you don't even have to mess with them if you use your smoke grenades. Just don't send them out 1-1-1. Give it a few seconds, that way each one lasts a little bit longer than the other one. And by the time you actually make it through the smoke, you definitely want to go through the smoke right now, because you're going to lose damage, and I'm doing no damage. So as you can see, there's 3 guards right there that we took out without any problem. Now, granted, in my Splinter Cell 1 walkthrough, I was a little bit more kind of remembering the game again. So a lot of those points I didn't, that I could have skipped combat and could have done things differently. I didn't, because I didn't really know about them. But now I'm a little bit more familiar with the game. I remember it more. It's kind of come back to me. And it's just really great to see a plan that you put together actually come through. And I think that worked out rather easy. So hopefully it works out for you as well.
Thanks.
Once I have Sadono, where do I meet you?
As you can clearly hear, it is very actually hard to even hear what they say because of the rain that's coming down. I think maybe that's just a mess up by the team. They didn't kind of get the audio settings right. They made the rain and stuff too loud in this area. So hopefully you guys were able to understand what was going on and what was said and stuff like that. It was just pretty much when we first walked in, it was all about the fact that, she was caught. They knew who she was, so you pretty much had to get rid of these guys as fast as you could, because she did not know that she was caught. So that's what Lambert pretty much was saying, and she was thanking me for it. Now we're pretty much done with her, and we need to go on.
I need technicians. I need batteries. I need men in the studio now. Sedano's taping immediately.
I know your local intercept grabbed that, but you need to hightail it to the recording studio.
I'm getting a glut of side chatter about escape routes.
The studio's likely to be your last chance to grab Sadono. If he gets out, he'll either vanish or be killed, neither of which we can afford.
Now I went ahead and decided to take out the lights so we can get by this camera. It's one of those cameras that you cannot destroy. We could have, however, used the camera jam, but I would have taken a little bit more time, and I wanted to kind of get through this so you guys won't be too bored. Now, best bet here is, since you don't want to take out these guys, is just to kind of wait in here. That guy stays there the whole time. He doesn't turn around unless you make any noise. And this guy has kind of a revolving, whatever. So you just gotta kind of wait till he gets by, and then you're gonna be able to get by. Now the trick here is as well, is because there's this big, you see that big square light thing right up ahead. You definitely want to make sure that you don't try to go ahead and get inside the duct until he has come back and turned around, because he will catch you and he will find you and he will set off an alarm and of course ruin your nice stealthy run. Now the reason the music is actually getting a little bit faster is because this is part of the level where we're actually going to be getting to Sedano, so the game is kind of telling you that it's about ready to get, the shit's about ready to hit the fan. So once we get through this area right here, we're going to start seeing Sedano, and then we're going to have to actually get up to him without getting fired upon and take him hostages. So let's see if we can do this. There's a lot of different methods you could do to get by this. I prefer just to whistle at the very beginning to get the guard's attention, so that you can actually sneak behind and off to the right side, and you're able to pretty much not worry about anyone and get right up on
Citizens of
Sedano.
the world, I am alive and well, and closer than you think. It has been 10 days since the date claimed to be that of my death by the U.S. government.
Don't shoot! We can't take the risk of killing Sedano. Leave him now, and you're dead.
Howdy.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
But we only just met.
Kill me. I'm not afraid.
No such luck.
Now the thing about this is they will not fire upon you as long as you have the gun held to his head. But if you turn around while you're walking and your back is to them, then they will definitely fire upon you. So you got to watch out for that. Make sure you're in the right position.
Great work, Fisher. You're well on track to becoming history's most prolific unknown author of world events.
If I had any blood left, I'm sure I'd be blushing. Is Ingrid in position on the roof?
That's right. And the helicopter, too. Keep Sadono conscious until you've made visual contact with Carlson.
Can I get a confirmation, Fisher? Sedano's alive and you've got him?
Yes.
Fantastic. Don't worry about leaving a mess behind you on your way out. We're arranging to sweep up after you're gone.
We're not in the clear yet. Get Sadono to the roof. Ingrid's waiting.
Where's the last smallpox sample?
Who says there's only one more?
You do if I squeeze hard enough. Where and how many?
Next door. Hundreds.
Again, like I said, I was getting a little nervous and scared there because I couldn't read the retinal scanner. I thought I was kind of glitched out or something. But it turns out you just gotta kind of do the conversations. Now don't worry about these guys shooting. They just kind of randomly shoot there. But once you're past this point, you're good to go.
It always shocks me how young he looks. Like a little kid compared to his face on television.
You honestly liked him?
No. Respect maybe, but I know he's a monster. He has a child's idea of war. Can't tell the difference between a citizen and a soldier. He thinks the whole world is a morally viable target.
There's only one nation on the planet fighting the whole world.
Huh. Whose side are you on?
You know I can't say that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know who you are or how you do what you do, but thank you. I hope we can work together again.
Where's...
Alright, that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this level. There's only one more level to go in Pandora tomorrow. Still, I want to apologize. My computer is still crashed, and Best Buy is giving me the runaround. It's going to be even longer to fix. It's just pissing me off completely. So these videos are not going to be able to come out fast, and I so apologize for that. There's going to be new games coming up the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, we can get those out for you guys to enjoy. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.